Now, we gonna build some stuff. We're gonna build, some armor for like airsoft and BB guns. Like I know, what are the odds someone's gonna come at you with a BB gun? No, I'm not meaning it like that. I'm just meaning like, there's airsoft tournaments and whatnot, and there's probably BB tournaments too. Now, what we're gonna do is it's just something I come up with because me and my cousin's gonna have an airsoft channel, and no worries, we're gonna wear safety. But I thought I'd try something a little cool with it because we're going to a tournament, I think. And I want to try something pretty cool, trying to make my own armor and perfect it. So my family worked in like sewing factory and building and stuff, so I have a pretty much idea how to build like clothing and stuff. So what I did was I took the idea of Kevlar, but this won't stop a real bullet. Chances are a real bullet would go straight through it. But I'm referring to like your average, Daisy Red Ryder lever action. It's going like 300 feet per second, 350 at the max. Your airsoft's going like 385. That's, your average. So this will stop, your average Daisy Red Ryder, which you probably don't really shot with that, but we're just using that because it's a little bit, I think it's like almost a little bit powerful than, if I'm not mistaken, an airsoft. An airsoft gun goes like 385, and if I'm not mistaken, a Daisy Red Ryder goes like 350 to almost 400 feet per second. So this will just stop, your average airsoft. Instead, like say, you bought you an airsoft gun, you're about to go to a tournament, you don't have some extra on the side to buy you a plate or, a chest plate. We're going to build one. And this actually works. Like I tested it with a Red Ryder, so I know it's going to definitely take an airsoft. If it'll stop a Red Ryder, here's why I say that. A Red Ryder's shooting metal. It's moving 50 feet faster. Plus, think about it. If the airsoft's moving 50 feet less and it's plastic, it's going to stop. Paper will stop an airsoft. That's just what I'm saying. So, enough talk. Let's get into building it. So, I'm going to show you a finished model because I'm doing two for me and my cuz. It's going to be like his little present I'm giving him because he just wanted to do this tournament with me. Like we were going in this tournament and whatnot, so I kind of wanted to make it to him as a gift because at first he didn't want to like agree to the tournament, but then he wanted to be like, okay, fine, we can do the tournament. And I got him a gift, an airsoft gun. So let me show you an armor all said and done. Let me flip it. So, yeah, like I don't think, my bad, it's laying up against something, so it ain't going to pull up. Okay. So this is it all said and done. It's basically just cardboard, tape, and paper. And people are like, Harper, dude, that ain't going to do much. Against an airsoft or a Daisy Red Ryder, it's going to do a lot. Because they're not moving very fast. They're moving just enough to, say if they hit a person, flesh, not really a person. We don't want to get demonetized. I'm just trying to show y'all to help y'all save money. Like, I don't want YouTube to go demonetized. No, I'm not saying it against YouTube. I think it's cool. YouTube's probably the best idea. TikTok, it's in the second range compared to me. I love watching YouTube. So don't demonetize this. I'm just trying to make a video to help people out. So the least you can do is give me some love, TikTok. Really, I just took the idea of your basic standard military. I wasn't in the military, but I'm just saying like, your basic military or cop. Let me say that. Let me rephrase that. Law enforcement, this is basically like how theirs is built. Theirs is built to go over like a tank top. So this is basically how this is. It's just like, it may just look like crap, but it actually does stop pretty decently. Like, literally, I had to add a couple of layers, but right here's where I hit it with the airsoft, or the Daisy Red Ryder, and it didn't even leave but a little dent. And these are really cheap. Like this, I just found crap laying around the house, honestly. This is just tape, cardboard, and a little bit of, this string my aunt gave me. She had a lot left over. She had like literally a pile like this. She gave me to it as a present, so I was using it. I've been using it on some projects. I think I used it on a knife handle as if it was paracord. It's a pretty good little string. I mean, it's just your decent average little string. You can break it down and make it thinner. I just figured this is, pretty decent. It's got a little bit of strength to it. I don't feel like if you move around, it's not going to it might mimic your movement a little bit, but just remember, this can move a little bit too, so it's going to give you a little bit of functionality, like in general. So you will have functionality. Now, is it compared to a real one? A real airsoft one, probably. I mean, they're both going to stop probably rounds, but you're paying a lot. You probably pay what? 30, 40, 80 at the most for this. This probably cost $5 maybe. And you can literally buy the tape, probably $3. Cardboard, $1.95 if you're, if you don't got some laying around. We have a lot because we just save materials because we build, so we have like materials laying around. The only thing I really use as far as material is your average cardboard. This is some thinner stuff and it's still stopping it just fine. This is actually thin cardboard, and my next one I'm going to build is going to be a lot thicker. So I feel like it's going to have, your next thing is just some average newspaper. And I have nothing against newspaper. My papa read them. I think they're cool. I just thought it'd be good as like a Kevlar, Kevlar. The reason Kevlar is so good at stopping bullets, from what I read, and what everybody knows practically, is that Kevlar stops bullets because it is layered. So it's like threaded into a layer. It is built into like, take wood or metal for example. It is basically just a layered of something. So, cardboard first layer. I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm trying to explain it so you can get it right. Now, I'm really explaining it to you because I like when a lot of people on here explain stuff to build, and it's really good, but some people don't explain everything, so I'm just saying, I'm not ditching anybody, I'm just saying. Now this is my basic design. It's basically just cardboard, newspaper, and a layer of tape. And you might have to get like either your airsoft or Daisy and just shoot it, and then if it because when I first put the first layer, it stopped, I think, first layer of tape stopped it. I'm not joking, it actually stopped it. So then I had to double the tape, and now it's like just barely even putting a dent through there. So after a while, probably like, I don't know, you'd probably get a lot worked out of this. And if it breaks or messes up or gets all tore up from, gunfights and airsoft and whatnot, like, we're not going to run around and, like, do that, but just airsoft, you go to airsoft tournaments, there's places you go. We're going, me and my cousin, so I figured I'd make him this as a gift, something. And I figured I'd make it for y'all because a lot of people don't want to spend money. And as y'all know, I got a plate right here. Now, this is just cardboard, but I was focusing more on the chest area. So, even if, like, basically, and this has got a back to it, see? So, it actually does have a two-part system. Your first and your back. So, you are protected as if this was an actual Kevlar vest. This actually would work. In the end, we will test it. Now, let's get to the building part. We'll lay this over here. Okay, now, what we're going to use here is just some basic cardboard, and you're going to need some tape. I'm just using this duct tape. Literally, duct tape's pretty strong. It's going to take a lot of damage, so it's going to be more efficient. I could use electrical tape. I'm a big fan of electrical tape. It's just, this is going to be used against stopping, like, plastic BBs. Come on, we need to try something a little bit tougher. Just a little bit to have an advantage. Literally just some newspaper of some kind. It ain't got to be anything. This is just something I picked up. Someone had some old newspaper and I picked it up. This is like some just newspaper. Any newspaper will do. But make sure it's the thick kind. Like, if you read the newspaper, you know what I mean. Usually it's like all dropping. But make sure it is perfectly layered. But this is just your basic, newspaper. Ain't nothing special with newspaper, just like cardboard. And the same goes for duct tape. Now, I think that as far as duct tape, you need to go with this gray stuff. My aunt uses this. It is really good, like just general tough tape. Now, all tape's tough, don't get me wrong. But this stuff right here, I've seen last over a couple of years. So this will do you some good, in my opinion, using it. So we're going to do, you want to do it one at a time. Now, your rope to make the vest is, you're going to need any rope. Like I'm using this stuff right here, I'll show you. It's just that thick, just some little, it's a pretty decent size rope. I'd say maybe a 0.5 millimeter thick. It's pretty strong, like you ain't gonna break it. It's kind of tough to cut too. It's a little tough to cut, ain't too bad. about your average rope to cut. I have my strings longer because my granny always says when she was working in the sewing factory, and then my mom and I have two aunts, my great aunt and my aunt. My aunt, when she was working in the sewing factory with my mom and my granny, they always say, have a little bit bigger of your string or material, because the more you have, the more you can take down. Same with cooking. You can put a lot of salt, or you can put a little and put more and more and more. Because if you put a lot of salt in a food, let's not get off subject, but if you put a lot of salt in food, you ruin it. I'm just saying. But if you add a little bit of salt at a time, you can slowly increase it if it ain't enough. So this is like this, but in the opposite. So I have a lot of string, but if it don't fit, you can adjust it to fit your size. So just slowly cut. Like on my vest I made, let me show you. So this is pieces that come off my other thing. Like there's literally 4 pieces here. I did not think I had that much, but I did. And it was good because I had enough to work with. So let's get down to the building part. Please, TikTok, don't mind it. I'm trying to help people build them some vests for airsoft battles. So let's do it. So basically your idea is just to yeah. So basically, I was reading the newspaper. My bad, I got distracted. So basically, you just want to put your newspaper like on here, basically on your cardboard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, newspaper went flying. But you can use any side cardboard. I'm just using, chest wise. You want it like at least fit your chest. So it's going to come up, but it's not going to come all the way up to my neck. So it's going to give me neck room, and it's going to give me stomach room for functionalness. And it will bend and flex, so that will give me a little bit of an advantage as far as speed and control. This, all you want to do, let me show you. I was going to put it over there and kind of work, but I'll do this just to give you all a better idea of understanding how it's going to go. So basically, put your cardboard down. Lay your newspaper on top of the cardboard. Take your tape. Get you a pair of scissors, because you're probably going to need a pair of scissors more than likely. Just to make sure to cut your cardboard, your tape, everything. Scissors will do it. As long as you have a good sharp pair of scissors, you'll be fine. You should be able to cut the cardboard just fine, and the tape. Now your tape might be a little bit of a pain in the tail to kind of cut, but it will cut it eventually. People like, why not use a knife? I don't know. Just using a pair of scissors, like. To me, scissors work a little bit, scissors are kind of, to me, I'm a big fan of knives, but I'm just saying, I'm going to use scissors, not because I have anything against knives, just because, like scissors, I have these to work with. These are my working scissors. They're just a pair of scissors I work with. So, they're just a pair I was going to use to see how they would cut this tape, and they're working really well compared. I think I had them sharpened, and they're cutting this tape really well. I sharpen them every often. They're cutting the tape pretty good. So as long as you have a good sharp pair of scissors, you should be fine at cutting it. Now, you make sure you kind of hold your paper, because it will go flying. It did this the first time with me. But after about your first or second time it flying, you should be good. So just kind of coat it. Just put, tape everywhere until, you cover up your newspaper and your cardboard. Once you cover that up though, but yeah, use this right here, and you should have you a good plate. Will do it. Should only need about 1 strand of tape for 2 vests. So if you're making 4 vests, you're gonna need about 2 strands of tape. So that's about $6. So if you're making 4 vests, this is gonna cost you about $10. You're making 2 vests, you're gonna need about $5 to $6. But in my opinion, that's better than going out and buying like $80 to $100 for a vest, in my opinion. Just as if you could make one for half the price. People's going to be like, well, how do you know it works? Well, if I shot it with my Daisy, and my Daisy's metal, or it shoots metal BBs, like I didn't wear it, but I set it up on a target and shot it, and it stopped my daisy. Oh, it'll stop an airsoft for sure. Like I told you in the beginning why I think it'll stop an airsoft. If it'll stop my daisy that's metal, that's shooting a metal cartridge, and an airsoft is shooting a plastic round, I know for a fact that it will stop an airsoft. But yeah. Just keep taping, you know, try to make the most of your tape so it'll last like I've been doing. You're just going to have to keep coating it until you get it like all coated. But I will walk you step by step, or try to. So, I'll tell you when I can show you it's okay to pick up, because if I don't be careful, this paper will go flying how it does. This paper will go flying for some reason. I don't think it's because it's secure very well. So yeah. Getting low on tape. I might have to go use some more electrical tape. I didn't use an electric tape, but I might have to use some. Getting a little low on this tape. Getting a little low, just a little. Just a little. But yeah. Cut that, line that up. Line this up again. And I guess electrical tape would do too. You probably could even coat it double just to give it a better secure. Electrical tape probably will give you another double coating. Like you could probably coat it with black and gray of electrical tape. Like electrical tape, you know, duct tape's gray and electrical tape's black. So I feel like if you wanted to mod it, you probably could make it like some kind of, you could like take the two colors and combine them and make some cool color. But me, I'm just going to leave this gray. I might add some black tape just to give it kind of a cool look. But as far as that, it don't need no electrical tape. But if you want to pay $3 and get 3 strands, by all means, it's up to you. I'm just giving you something you can do to save some money on some airsoft armor, honestly. And don't, by all means, I'm not saying this is like a Kevlar vest. It won't stop a real gun. I'm just throwing that out there. This will not stop a real gun. It will stop an airsoft and a BB. That's it. I'm surprised it'll stop like a real, like a high power BB. I mean, I know it'll stop up to like 400, 500 feet per second. And that's if it's a 177 caliber. Which most BBs ain't even that. So, some are. Some are like, you know, your average steel and copper and iron rounds. But then you've got, or brass, let me rephrase that, brass rounds. Then you've got, what is it? Let me think. With airsoft, you've got plastic rounds. So I'm not saying this will stop. Disclaimer. No, I'm not doing this for anybody to get hurt. If anybody gets hurt, I'm not responsible. Just be responsible when you do this. I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but if you don't want to spend a lot of money, I guess it'll do. But just disclaimer. I'm not doing this. I'm not encouraging anybody to do this. I'm just saying this is an option that should work if done right. If layered properly, we will do the test at the end. If done properly, this should work really well. Now, I'm not saying go and shoot it with an AR-15 or an AK-47 or a 5.56 or a 7.62x39 or a 300 Blackout or a 6.5 Cream or a 22. It will stop BB rounds and airsoft rounds. Everybody's like, oh, let me shoot it with an AR-15. Let me shoot it with a AK-47. Let me shoot it with a 5.56 or a 300 Blackout. Like, that's going to stop it. All it is just cardboard and paper, dude. It's just going to stop BBs and airsoft, which is BBs too, but still, you get what I'm saying. But I know how people are. They get this genius idea. Oh, it'll stop 5.56. Leave me alone. I'm pretty sure of that. Like, I have faith it'll stop a BB and an airsoft, but as far as stopping a 5.56 or a Blackout, you might as well just go ahead and pay and like get some darn $300 darn body armor, Kevlar, level 3 plate that'll stop a 5.56 and 300 Win Mag, stuff like that. Because, like, this is not built for that. That's just built for, like, airsoft and BBs and stuff. And I will show that it does work, because it does. I was surprised it worked. I knew I had faith in my build that it would work. It was like, what is a build? It's when, well, you know what a build is, but when someone says, I have faith in my build, it basically means what I built, I have faith in. As far as what it's meant to Like what I meant it for was just airsoft. I didn't want to go out and buy a plate. I'm already buying me like some new airsoft guns, so I'm not going out and buying a plate. No, and no. I'm not doing that. I will just build me an armored plate, and that's something what it looks like. See there? It's not done yet. Not even close. Tape here. I think I'm getting low on tape. Brother's going to have to use electrical tape to finish this off. See, just ran out of tape. But you got to figure I have armored this, so it is taking me quite a few to really up the ante and armor it, so. I'll cut the wrong piece of tape. Okay, let me cut that. Put that back on. Now we're going to use electrical tape because I literally just ran out of like duct tape. So yeah, kind of in a predicament there. Let me go get some electrical tape. I'll be right back. YouTube, I'll be right back. I kind of have faith, though, in this literal electrical tape. Well, here's why. My papa has used this electrical tape for his whole life. Any electrical tape, just electrical tape in general. It's strong, and it can be, you can literally layer it. Like, you can make this, like, this tall of layers of electrical tape. It's really good at sticking, like, with it. Like, it's kind of just, it's like piling. You can literally just pile it on top of each other. Which you can do that with any tape, but with electrical tape, you could literally just make a wall with it practically. I guess if you tried and had enough money and spent time doing it, all that time wasted for something so stupid and worthless and ain't worth really building. But yeah, I'm really just using this electrical tape. Like, I don't know how well this is going to do as an armored. I ain't tried it yet, so we're just going to put it on here and hope for the best. Why don't we do that? See, and it is thinner than regular tape, so it is going to run out a lot faster. That's why, starters, I didn't use it. Might not run out as fast, but it's going to definitely take a lot of damage. Okay. But yeah, and basically right now I'm just plating it up, or trying to anyways. I'm just trying to plate it up as much as possible. Right now it's actually kind of looking kind of sick, I gotta admit. It's kind of coming out pretty nice. Yeah, I'm getting some layers on here. I think it's just a waste of electrical tape though, but much other tape. Oh, I do got some other tape we'll try here in a minute. Try some of this electrical tape and see. I don't know, we'll go see if I got some of that other tape. We got a lot of tape. Let me go see if I got some of that other tape. So I literally got some of this tape right here. I don't know how well it's gonna do. It's kind of some old tape, so I'm kind of just hoping for the best at this point. Cut it down this here like this. Now I'm kind of just hoping I'm gonna get. This is some old tape, so it's kind of just. Wish I could get it. And I'm just using some little scissors. Well, I got a little bit of it going. Let's see how long we'll go without breaking. Oh my. This stuff is like so old, it's literally just tearing this dry, rotty tape. I'm gonna have to be careful with this. This tape is literally dry rotting. And it's still sticky, but it's literally just dry rotting. It's so dry rotted. Project might just have to end. I'm gonna go I think 2 for my cousin, or 1 for my cousin, or not. It seems like. Seems like the really only way I'm going to be able to get any tape from this is I just take a knife and end up just cutting it down. We had a little minor technical difficulty. We'll be back though. Or I'll be back. Be back. We had some minor technical difficulties, but we're good. We're back. At least we got a couple of strands off of it. Believe me, I know it ain't duct tape, but it'll still do, a decent job. It'll still do it. Literally need to find a way to saw through this thing though. Made me a little bracelet, maybe. It's a cool little bracelet.